dia sudah membantu.
Hello guys, hi. I hope everyone is doing good. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just wait for 3 more minutes and see, so that so other people can join and we can start the session. Okay, so we can start our session today. So guys, I am Nasir. I hope everyone is having a good time. Let me get some reactions in the chat, some reactions through your emojis, etc. Guys, I don't see any sort of reactions here. Come on. Okay, I can see some plus ones in the chat. Thank you, Sujan. Thank you. Thank you, Tarun, Punita, Bhavika. Yeah, let's put some plus ones in the chat. 61. Nice. That's a great number. Okay. Okay, guys. So today's session is going to be slightly code related, meaning it was code related before as well in the previous sessions, but today it's going to be a little more than what it was. Okay. So today I'll teach you people on how to build a website using HTML and CSS and a little bit of JavaScript here and there from scratch. Okay. From scratch. This session is to give you some knowledge regarding the structure of HTML, the struct and the uses of a few tags in HTML and how you can, how you can manipulate CSS files and CSS codes to make your design, to make your websites visually appealing. Okay. That's all we are going to do today. Okay. So, mm, all right. So I'm gonna share my screen. So is my screen visible, guys? My screen is visible, right? Can I get some plus ones in the chat? Okay, okay, okay. Nice, nice. Right. Okay. So welcome back to the welcome back to the Full Stack Foundation, which is a 7-day workshop. Welcome, people. So speaking about Edo Skill Academy again, this is not just another academy. This is the future of learning. So this is going to be day 5, meaning we'll be combining front end, back end, and we'll be doing a small project on website development. Okay. Okay. I hope everyone has their prerequisites installed. For example, VS Code, having GitHub Desktop installed, and having Git installed. Can I get some plus ones in the chat, or can I know what are the things that are missing in your computers? You have installed everything, right? Okay. First, how many of you here has VS Code installed? Let me get some plus ones. Yeah. How many of you got VS Code installed here? Okay, I see a lot. Okay. Okay. How many of you here has the extensions installed in VS Code? For example, Kodi and Live Server. Okay. Okay. I see many of you. Okay. How many of you here has GitHub Desktop installed? GitHub Desktop. Not Git, GitHub Desktop. Anyone? I'm not talking about Git, guys. For your reference, it's GitHub Desktop. It's an application for GitHub. Mm, okay. Okay. So I'm gonna assume that you people have Git installed. Okay. Yes. Okay. I see some plus ones. Okay. Okay. I'll just give you a small go through on how to install GitHub Desktop. Okay. So we're just gonna go to google.com and type GitHub Desktop. Okay. So I want you all to install this application, which is called GitHub Desktop. I'm just gonna copy the link and paste it. You can install GitHub Desktop using the above link. Yes, Krishnamurthy, you're welcome. Okay. I just want you to install, click download. You'll have your installation started here. We'll just wait for it to download. Until then, we can start HTML and CSS, right? So let's just start it, right? Okay. So I hope everyone is familiar with this screen here, the homepage of VS Code. Is everyone familiar with this? I hope everyone is familiar with this, right? Right. Can I get some plus ones? You know what? Plus ones are boring. Let's get some plus nines. Plus ones are boring, you know? Get some plus nines. Yes. So I'm going to go to my desktop here. I'm just going to create a new folder. Let's say my HTML, CSS. Oh, no, first website. Okay. And I'm gonna go back to VS Code here. I'm gonna click open folder, going to desktop. Here's my folder. I'm gonna select it. Right. So I've opened my website. I've opened my website directory, which is in my desktop, into VS Code. I hope no one has doubts on it, right? If there's any doubts, please let me know in the chat right now. Okay. Anyone doubts? I don't think there's any doubts regarding this. Okay. Okay, right. Now I'm gonna click on new file. I'm gonna type uh, index.html, right? I'm gonna click enter and it's asking me where to save it. So since I've opened my first website directory on Visual Studio Code, it's giving me the default path as desktop my first website, the same directory. So I'm just gonna click on .html, save right here. I got my HTML file opened right now. Is everything visible, guys? Any doubts till here? Okay. Let me get some emojis. If you click on one, shift and one, you get an exclamation mark here. So I'm just going to click enter and you have this tag here, this whole code with just a click of single button. Is everyone accessible with this code? Can everyone access this code in their Visual Studio? Yes, I see. I see. Do you mind repeating again? I got some. Yes. So I'm just gonna and delete all the code. Click on shift and you click one. You get this small prompt in here and you just click enter. You have your HTML header file here. This is how easy it is to code in HTML. This is how easy it makes to code in VS Code, right? Any doubt? Nothing? Okay. So this here, right? This tag, this whole thing is called the HTML header file. Okay. So what is a HTML header file? You all might have doubts. So in order for you to preview any sort of header, any sort of HTML file, it must have a header file. So it must have a HTML header file. The HTML header file will have the title, the port, the character set. What is UTF-8? Well, UTF-8 is a type of character set which is standard for every computers that are running latest OSs, latest motherboards, latest BIOS, etc. Okay. Right now, you can see I'm going to click go live and my browser is going to open up, right? You can see it here. My browser is opened up here. You can't see anything, right? You know why? Because we don't have anything in our HTML code here. There's nothing here. There's literally nothing here. Then how will anything be visible there, right? So first, I'm going to close this and open this again. Okay. Okay. Right now. Now, I'm just gonna, you can see this title, right? Preview, right? You can see the title of this website is called document here. So let's just change it. You know what? Let's just change it to my first website. As you can see, it's being changed on real time in the HTML live preview, right? So whatever you see in this HTML, right? Whatever you see, whatever that is visible in this web page is contained inside this body tag. Okay, is contained inside this body tag. So whatever you do, this is where everything happens. This is like an unsung hero. This part of HTML is called the unsung heroes. What if you want to link any sort of which we'll be speaking in the future again. If you want to link a CSS file, if you want to link a JavaScript file, everything is done in this head, in the head part, in this head division of the HTML file, and whatever you're trying to showcase in your web page is done or coded in this body tag right here. Okay, right. So let's just create a new h1 tag, h1 I. This is my first website. You can see everything is visible here right now, right? So I'm just gonna skip the boring part. Okay. Now I'll teach you people on how to leverage AI, how you can leverage AI to create a good looking website just using HTML and CSS and a little bit of JavaScript without using any sort of without using any sort of frameworks like React, Vue, White, etc. Okay. So I'm going to go to chatgpt.com. I hope everyone is familiar with ChatGPT, right? Can I get some plus ones in the chat if they're visible? I mean, if they're familiar. Plus ones, guys. Okay, 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 okay. I see a lot of plus ones, right? Everyone here knows ChatGPT, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna type. I want you to generate me the HTML, CSS, and JS code for what kind of website do we have to build now? I want suggestions in the chat. Let's I'm going to give you the option of choosing a website that we can create now and host it today itself so that everyone can access it. You know, give me suggestions, guys, in the chat. What can we build today? Give me a suggestion. Just using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. A clothing store. Okay. Okay. Buying mobiles. Okay, we can actually link two things here. Let's create a e-commerce store which sells men's clothing, right? Let's go with that. Okay. For a e-commerce store that sells men's clothing items, right? Just gonna click enter. You can see right now, it has started generating the code. I'm just gonna click answer in chat instead because I don't really like this file type version of this ChatGPT. Saying the features that it's going to add. It's going to add a product listing. It's going to add a shopping cart and a check button. Okay. As guys, something is here. Something is colorful here. I like this. Okay. Leather jacket, right? 2,999. That's a hefty price tag there. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this code, and here's the CSS file. I'm just going to paste it here. Control, I'm just going to copy this, Control A, Control V. I've pasted it. You can see here, everything is here. Men's fashion store, cart, casual shirts, 9.99, jeans, 1499. Okay. Now let's create a CSS file. Yeah, I'm just going to type style.css. Right. Going back. Okay. Am I audible, guys? Sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. I'm audible, right? Okay. So you can see from H3 to H4, as we go, the size of the font decreases. That's generally what a H tag is. Nothing really serious. So it's gonna go with H1 here. Right. I like it big. Now there is a division tag. What is a division tag? So if you all wonder what is a division tag kind of is it's kind of like a box, okay? A box. Imagine a container, right? And in a container, you keep things, and whenever you want to access those things, you have to pick up the container first and open the container, and then you have to pick up the things that are inside the container, right? Same concept here. A division tag is like a container, and whatever is inside the division tag are the things that you want to pick up or are the things that you want to modify. So I have given it as a variable name called cart. Okay. So in my styles.css, okay, before going to styles, I'll just explain the other ones here. And that's it for div actually. Nothing much. It's just a container that can contain things which you want to edit or whatever, which you want to actually display it in your web page. Any doubt on div, guys? Any doubt? Okay. Zawad. Okay. He says there's no doubt. Anyone else? Okay. Right. Okay. You can see here there is a tag called img, which is image, right? It's called an image. Okay, before image, what is a section tag? Same thing. It's same thing. It's the same thing. It's actually like over here you have this whole thing as a section. Whatever changes you do to this section will be applied to all of these things. It's like a bigger version of div. Imagine it like that. Okay. Right now. Okay. Speaking about img here, this is an image tag. If you want to add images to your HTML code, or if you want to add images to your web page, you use image tag. So there is a thing called shirt.jpg, but I don't have that file in my directory. So you can see something called alt, right? Alt is equal to shirt. So what happens here is, if you don't have the respected file that you've mentioned here, or if there is some sort of issues in loading the file, the HTML tag will display this text instead of the image. You can see it here. It says shirt. And if I change it to something called trousers, you can see it here. It's changing to trousers. So this is like an alternative. That's why it's called alt. If it doesn't have the image, or if there's some sort of problem in loading the image, it'll use the alternative text that is called trousers here. It'll use and it'll display that over there. Okay, so I'm just going to put it as shirt. Okay, right now, same thing, h2 tag. Everyone knows what a h2 tag is. What is a p tag, guys? Anyone here knows what is a p tag? Anybody here knows what is a p tag? I think Sujan has explained about p tags in the very first session or the second session. I'm not very sure. Paragraph. Tarun, you are right. Yes, yes, it's called a paragraph tag. Right, guys. It's a paragraph tag. Now, what is this button? Exactly, button tag. It creates a button. Literally, it creates a button, nothing else. And on click, this is a function. We're giving the button a function. So on click, it goes to add to cart, and a casual shirt is getting added to our cart with a price of $9.99, right? And what is this add to cart? Well, this is the text that's being displayed here. You can see it here, add to cart. If I type something else like uh, click me, you can see it here, it changes. So this is a text that is being displayed on the button, right? Okay. So guys, if there is any doubt still here, you can ask the chat right now. Any doubts, any queries, anything? I don't see any messages, guys. Come on, come on, be interactive, guys. Okay, I think no one is having any doubts, right? What is a division tag? Right, finished. Image tag, we finished it. What is a button tag? We finished it. Now, anything. You can see here, what is a UL tag? A UL tag is called, how can you add a shirt image in the website? I'll show you, Zawad. I'll show you, Zawad. Images should be stored. It's not necessarily the, it's actually not necessary to be in the same directory. Yes, sure, Teja. Sure, Teja. Yes, UL tag is known as an unordered list, meaning the list, it'll have a, what is a list first of all? Well, a list is a collection of values, right? Everybody knows that. A list is a collection of values. A list is a collection of something, right? So whatever I click here, you can see here, the shopping cart has a list here. Well, this is the functionality of the UL tag here. This is the functionality of the UL tag, right? That's it. That is pretty much it on the HTML. This is pretty much what you have to learn for a basic HTML developer, right? That's it. Now I'll show you people how you can actually add images. So I'm gonna go to google.com, right? I'm just gonna type shirt and get some pictures of a good shirt. Okay, let's go with this shirt. Yeah, just gonna click save image. Okay, it's saving as a web file. I'm just gonna take a screenshot. Okay, let's take the screenshot and I'm gonna save this in my desktop under my first website as shirt shirt.png. Okay, saved. What are the other things? I need a blue jeans and a leather jacket. I'm gonna type blue jeans. Let me get some good ones. Yeah, okay, this looks good. A screenshot of this. I'm gonna save desktop, my first website, blue jeans, done. I need to get a leather jacket. Okay, this one looks nice. I'm gonna take the screenshot. Save. Jacket. Right. Now that I have saved all my images, you can see it here. It's also visible in my VS Code because I've saved all of them in the same directory of this code. Okay. Now I'm going to change these path. Okay. So what is here? I have a shirt.png file. I have blue jeans.png and I have a leather jacket. Leather jacket.png. Guys, did you see this? This came in a fraction of a second. Now it's a bit, you know, visually appealing. As you can see, we have listed our products here. Any doubts on how to apply images into your HTML code right now? Okay. Anything else? Any other doubts? Okay, I'll give you one more use case of this. Okay, so let's say you have this shirt image saved in somewhere else. Okay, I'm just gonna click Control X. I'm gonna put it here. Control. Hmm, nice. Let's just save another picture. Yeah, let's go with this and save image. let's save this file in our desktop. Just gonna put it as jacket. Okay. Now, how do you think can I showcase that green jacket over here? Any ideas? How can I showcase my green jacket, which is saved in my desktop, into my web page? Any ideas, guys? Anyone? Okay. I don't see any answers. Anyone? Exactly. I see an answer there. Add the desktop path. Exactly, guys. You just have to add the desktop path. How do I do that? Now I go to desktop. I click on, I right click it. Okay. I think you all can see this option, copy as path. I click that. I go to desktop. I go to VS Code now and I paste it here. Why is it not coming? Okay. Now just click on, it's supposed to actually come. What do you think we can do here? Need debuggers. Hmm. Okay, so I don't see what the problem is here. Actually, you just have to paste this and you'll get it here. But yeah, you know what? Let's just ignore this for now. I'll get back to this once again. I'm just gonna put my leather jacket back. Right. Now going to styles.css. Okay. Going to styles.css here. You can see here my styles.css, right? It's here. You can see there is a body, there is a tag called body, there's a tag called header, there's a tag called cart, there's a thing called products, another one product button. Okay, you can see a lot of or long lines of codes here, right? So going to styles, whatever you see here, right? Whatever you see over here under body, this is this is a set of code that determines w- like the style of the whole web page. Okay, the style of the whole web page. As I've told previously, the body tag is a tag where all the contents that has to be listed out in your web page is stored inside this body tag, right? Yes, all the contents that has to be listed out in your web page has to be under this body tag, right? Okay, so we go to styles.css. This is a syntax of a CSS file. Okay, what you have to do is you have to type whatever you want to change. Let's say we have, let's just choose one. Yeah. Mm, okay. Yeah. Just going to go to styles.css. I'm gonna type body and open my curly braces. Right. I'm just gonna put my background color as, let's say, something light. Let's go with pink. Yes, you can see here my website is actually pink and black in color. So whatever you try, whatever you do over, whatever changes you make to the body tag, it gets implemented in the whole web page. Okay. You might ask why nothing is happening to this, like, men's fashion store. Why is it still black in color? You might ask. You can see in the index.html tag, there is a thing called header tag here, right? You can see this header tag. Nothing is happening to this header tag because I've just changed my body tag. You all might have a doubt, this header tag is under these body tag, right? Then why is it not changing? See, whenever you change, see, a header tag actually isolates itself from the rest of the web page. It isolates itself from the rest of the web page. So whatever you changes you make, you have to specifically specify that this has to be done to the header tag. I'll show it live. So I'm just going to open some curly braces. Let's say background color to, let's say, which color do we put, guys? Hmm? Let's go with this navy blue color. Not black. Let's say blue. Why is this thing not changing? Nice. I think VS Code hates me now. Right. What are the other things? Okay, let's change some division tag. Yeah. There's a thing called h1. There's actually a h1 tag here. There is h2 tags here. Let's change the color of our fonts, right? We're going to our body tag. We're going to type h2 and we're going to set the font, the color as white. You can see all my h2 tags, There is one h2 tag here, which is called casual shirts. As you can see, it's white in color now. There is another h2 tag here, which is called blue jeans. That is also white in color now. I have another h2 tag called leather jacket. That's also white in color here. And there is another one called shopping cart, which is also white. So this design has been applied to every h2 tag that is present in my web page. Teja, I don't know how to run the code. Teja, have you installed the live preview server extension? Anyone? Yes. So if you have installed your live preview extension, you can see here, I'm just going to click go live here, right? And I have my web page here. That's it. Your thing solved now? Okay. I see it. Okay. Now, mm, let's just go to JavaScript now. So guys, oh yeah, before actually going to JavaScript, we have another thing to cover here. You can see here, you can see there are things called class, which is equal to product. There's another thing called class, which is equal to product, and another thing called class. And there is another thing here called ID, which is called cart. What are these? Well, these are called variables. See, I've set my class name here. There can be multiple classes with the same name, okay? Meaning, I have a class which is called product. I have another class that is also called product. I have another class that is also called product. So, meaning I can have classes with the same value. Simple, right? What is an ID? Well, an ID is the same thing as a class, but uh, it can only be declared once. So if there is a thing called cart here, if there's an ID already called cart, I can't declare another ID called cart. Okay. So I go to styles.css and you can see there is something called dot product, right? Yes. So what is this? In CSS, if you want to change the design of a class, yeah, class or whatever, you have this is called syntax. Okay, you have to click dot and you click on product and you open curly braces and you enter your desired designs. Okay, so I'm just going to do it in the existing block of code. I'm just going to change this to black and I'm just going to change this pixel to 10. Okay, this is nice. Guys, can you see this? The border is actually too thick. Let's just change it to 5. Okay, this is decent. Okay. You can see here, this block of code, yeah, this block of code controls the designs of this. This block of code controls the design structure of all these 3 products here because we have given our class name for all these products as product. Okay. Now, this you can see product and there is a thing called img. So this thing controls the design structure of the images that are inside these product classes. Okay. So I'm just gonna change this width to, let's say, 50%. You can see it's small, right? And I'm going to put this into 1000%. Damn, this is big. Damn, okay. This is not nice. This is not at all nice. Let's go with 100. Yeah. Let's just go with height with 100. And the height is auto, meaning it'll just declare the height as it depends on the size of the picture itself. Okay. Right now, what is a button's background? I don't like the black color here. Let's just change it to something like green. What do you say? Nah, green's not nice. How about something blue? Okay, my friend here says he wants purple. Let's go with purple. Kind of camouflages to be fair, but yeah, let's go with that. As you can see, all my buttons are changed to the same color of this purplish, dark purplish color. All my buttons are in this dark purplish color, right? What is the text color here? It's white in color. So I'm just gonna change it to blue. Let's go with, okay, let's go with this color. It's called cyan. I kind of rock with it. Let's kind of rock with it, right? Now, if I hover my cursor around the button, you can see it turns to grayish color, right? So you can see it here, button colon hover, meaning when I hover my cursor on these buttons, the cursor due to the interaction of the cursor, the button's color changes to gray in color, which I obviously don't like. Let's just turn it to something red or something. Okay, red is nice. Okay. Now, what is this hashtag cart? As I've told you, people, if you want to change the design of a class or a product, you type a full stop at the starting and then you specify the class name or the ID name. But over here, if you go to index.html, we have our cart. Wait a second. I'll just show you something. 1 second. Mm, right, right. We go to index.html and see we have a thing called division, which is a div, and we have given it a specific ID. It's called cart. right? It's called cart. So we go to index.html and we change it here. Let's say the border type is black in color, which we are going to change. We'll change it to something bright. Actually, you know what? I don't really like this pink color. I'm just going to change it to something dark or something light. Okay, white is much actually way better. Yes. So we'll go to this border type and we'll go to green. Syntax for ID hashtag. Nice, Tarun. We'll just go with something called green and we'll change thickness of our border. If you all wonder what this 10px is, it is the thickness of this line. This is thickness. It's the thickness of this line. So it depends. That's if I put 1 pixel, you can see the line is very thin. If I put 2 pixels, it's kind of thicker. 3, 4, 5. It depends on that. So I'm just going to give 10 pixels. It's just too much. Let's go with 5. Yes. Okay. Let's go with 5 and you know what? Let's just go uniform. Let's go with black. Right. Now, that's it. Right. Now, cart items. There's nothing here to be fair. Let's just go and give some color. Let's let the color be blue. I click this. You can see my font size is blue in color. I mean, the font color is blue in color. Right. I click remove. That's it. Now, what is JavaScript? Well, you can see, right? If I click on add to cart, it gets added over here. It gets added. This can't be done just with CSS and HTML. It has to go, it needs some sort of logical code which will let the computer know that okay, if the person clicks on add to cart button, it must be added to the cart. The computer must know that, right? The computer must know that. So that is where JavaScript comes into play, right? You can see here function. It has defined a function called add to cart with name and price. So a function is this is actually this definition of function is the same for every programming language you can ever think of. Function is a block of code. Okay, a function is a block of code that can be executed as many times as the user wants. That's it. This is this is what a function is. In any programming language, what is a function? A function is a block of code which can be executed as many times as the user wants. That is called a function. So in order to define a function in JavaScript, you type function and you type the function name right here. And then the things that are here are called the parameters. What are the parameters? Parameters are uh, are the values that are sent that are inside a parenthesis, that are inside these brackets. Okay, so whenever you run this function, you'll have to give two inputs. One is a name, another is a price. Because you can see here we have a name and we have the price here as well. So what does this function do? So it's pushing. You can see here there's this thing called cart and there is this thing called push. It's pushing the name and it's pushing the price into our ordered list, into this list. Okay, and it's actually changing the price of the whole cart. If I click on remove all of these, right? Let's just click add to cart, click another add to cart, we click another add to cart, right? And you can see the price is 5497. How does the computer know that the price has to be 5497? I can add as many items as I want, but parallelly the price of the cart will also increase. That is because here the total price gets changed every time I click on add to cart button. Because every single time I click this button, every single time that I click this button, this function, every single time I click the add to cart button, right? Any doubts in that, guys? Any doubts? I don't think there's any doubts, right? And there's another thing called update cart. Okay, there's a thing called update cart. Let cart items equal to document dot get element by ID. You don't have to really, go through this very much, but I'll give you a small overview on this because this is not very much important when it comes to web development. I'm not saying JavaScript is not important, but codes like this are not really important when it comes to web development. Okay, you can see there is this thing called let remove button equal to document create element button. So once I'm just adding 3 items here, right? So if I click this remove button, this function gets, you can see here, this function, this update function gets executed. Okay, meaning whenever I click the remove button, you can see here remove button on click equals parenthesis an arrow mark remove from cart from index. So whenever I click remove function, whenever I click this remove button, this block of code is getting executed, meaning this whole function is getting executed in the first place, and then from the function this block of code gets executed, this single line of code, right? Okay, right. Same thing over here. Once I click remove, the price also goes down. The price goes down and you can see here there's this thing called function remove from cart. Yeah, same thing. I click on remove, right? I click on remove, I click on remove. You can see this function. Once I click on remove, the price goes down, as you can see here, minus equals. Generally, what does minus equal means? Total, let's say total equals to total plus 1, right? This is what, how, let's, okay, one second. Here, total equals total plus 1. What is this? It means we are adding one extra number to the existing total value, right? So instead of putting it like this, you can do it total plus equal 1. This is also same as total equals total plus 1. This both are the same things. Okay. Same goes with subtraction as well. If I put minus here, these both are the same things. Okay. These are literally the same things. now, now, whenever I click this remove function, whenever I click this remove button, this block of code executes that. It says the computer that the prices must go down depending on the product that I remove from the cart. Let's say I have around 6 products here. Let's say I remove one of these. It has to know that 9.99 has to be removed because I've removed a shirt. You can see here, I've removed, let me remove a casual shirt, and it must reduce 9.99 from my total price. So I click it and it removes 9.99. That's what this logic is about. This is how simple it is to build a website using HTML, CSS, and Java. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we're going to put this in a GitHub repository and host it using Netlify or Vercel, right? Everyone has GitHub installed, right? Everyone? Can I get some plus ones in the chat? Anyone has GitHub not installed? Anyone? Okay, okay. I see some plus ones, meaning everyone has. Okay. So I'm just going to create a new repository from my local drive, right? What is a repository name? I'm going to say my first web. Okay, description. I'm not going to do anything. Description. My local path. I have to give the files path. Where is my files? It's my desktop. This is my file folder. Okay. And I'm going to create the repository. Okay. Now I'm going to publish this repository into my GitHub account. I click publish, publish repository. Okay. Now, if I go to Google and go to my GitHub account, github.com. You can see here my first web repository is here, but it doesn't have any files. What is this git attributes? That's nothing. That's just a file from GitHub. That has nothing to do. Okay. So this git attributes will contain the commit messages every time. Okay. So whenever you create a file or like add a file into it, all those messages get stored into this file over here. So what we are going to do is we are going to can see here my first website. This folder has a new folder called my first web. This is our repository folder. Okay, you can see here there's a thing called git attributes, right? Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to copy all these files and paste it inside my first web so that these can be committed into our GitHub repository. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to VS Code. I'm going to uh, copy all these. Copy. Okay, I'm going to paste it there. I've pasted into my folder. Now you can see the GitHub Desktop has already identified the changes. Okay, I'm gonna type my commit message as files added. I'm gonna click commit. I'm going to push it. Okay, I'm pushing the origin and my repository is done. Now I go and check. I refresh this. You can see all my files are added. You can see this commit message: files added, files added, files added, files added. Okay, all these are added. Now, how can I host this? Everyone will have a doubt, right? How can I host this into the web, into the internet so that everyone can view this? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to a platform called netlify.app. Now I'm going to click on sign up. I'm just going to click make a new account. I'm going to click with sign with GitHub. Okay. So it's as you can see, I'm logged in. Okay. I'm going to click on new, add a new site and import an existing project. Where am I going to import it from? Obviously my GitHub, which is going to wait. Okay, now you can see my first web, it's over here. So let's give the site name as Edito clothing store. Okay, I'm going to check availability. The site name is available. I'm just going to click deploy, right? Just going to click deploy. You can see site deploy in progress. Building. Site deploy in progress, which is waiting, and it's published, guys. Right. I'm just going to copy this link. I'm going to paste it here. You all can check out you all can check out the website from the link that I've sent right now. Everyone right now in this meet can check this meeting in the website. Everyone can check the website right now. It's live in the internet. It's posted in the internet. Can everyone view the website? Can I get some plus ones in the chat? Plus ones. I only see one. Okay. Nice. Nice. So is there any doubts on hosting? Is there any doubts on HTML, CSS, and a little bit of Java? Any doubts? Yes, that's it. This is how you can literally build a website from scratch. Okay. If you actually practice on these, you can actually create very good websites just using HTML and CSS. Actually, I can give you a small preview. I have a portfolio website. Okay. I have a portfolio website, mohammadnasir.netlify.app. This is my portfolio website, right? So this website is purely built from HTML, CSS, nothing else. This website is purely built from a HTML and CSS. I didn't use any sort of frameworks. I didn't use any sort of backend functions. There's nothing here. This is purely HTML and CSS. This is my resume here. Here's the previous projects that I've worked on. This is literally a HTML and CSS coded website. Okay, you shouldn't think that using HTML and CSS we can't create attractive websites. You can, but all you have to do is just, you have to visualize so many designs so that you know what works on what. You know, you have to know which color works on which color gradients. You have to know you have to know which kind of pictures that you have to add. You have to know the types of icons that you have to add, etc. Okay. Right. So, is there any doubts right now, guys? I'm shoot your questions. I'm just going to unmute everyone so that you can ask your doubts. Right. Going to mute everyone. 1 second. Okay. Okay. I have unmuted. Shoot your questions, guys. Any doubts regarding hosting, regarding GitHub, regarding HTML, CSS, Java, anything you can ask right now. I'm ready to answer you people. Any doubts? Anyone? You can ask in chat. You can ask
Hello?
in. Yes, bro.
Bro, for hosting website only we have to copy the URL and we have to paste in the WhatsApp or something. We can directly
Mm,
access directly we can access now, bro.
bro, like, see, in order to see, Tarun, what you're telling is, in order to host a website, you should not just send the link. See, I'll show you the hosting process again. You go to Netlify, okay? You can use Versal also, which will be teaching. But in Netlify, I'm just going to delete this hosting so that I can deploy it again. Not disable site, delete site. So, okay, I've deleted my site. Okay. What you have to do is you have to build your site into the Netlify's app. So I'm just going to click on import existing project, and my project is being imported from GitHub. Okay. Now, this is my repository that I have to host. So I click on this. I type a site name. This is Edito Clothing Store. I check the availability. The site name is available.
Screen is in stuck. Screen is stuck.
So, sorry.
Screen is stuck, bro. Some error is there. Now it is visible. Yeah.
Okay. Now it's visible, right? So I've imported the project from GitHub. Okay. And I have set a site name. It's called Editor's Clothing Store. It can be anything. Depends on you, right? And we just click deploy. Now we wait till Netlify hosts this website into their server and we can access it right now. Okay, we're just waiting for this deployment process to go green. It says site deploy in progress. So we just wait till it turns green in color. Mm, mm, okay. Sorry. Okay, you can see this. It has turned green in color. It says it has been published. So now we click on this site link. This is the link that I have sent you people, right? So we copy this and I'm sending it in the chat. Now that it's been hosted, now everyone who has internet can access this website. Okay.
Thank you.
Tarun, is your doubt solved?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bro.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything else? Anyone else? Any other questions?
Hello.
You can unmute.
Hello, bro.
Tell me.
Bro, we will search no like websites directly in the Google, like
Yes.
Myntra and all. Like that, we can't
Yes,
search
yes.
automatically.
See, in order to search, I'll show you a practical thing. I'm going to google.com. Okay. Now I type Amazon, right? The first thing that comes out here is called Amazon.in. The reason we get it in our Google search engine is because this website is search engine optimized. So what is search engine optimization? So search engine optimization is a process that you do to a website which lists your website at the very starting of a search. Okay. It now if you want to, now we search Byju's. Everyone knows what Byju's is, right? You can see that the Byju's is listed out first. So whenever I type Byju's, this website will be listed out in the very first of my search engine. But the website that we built over here is not search engine optimized yet. We can do it, but it's not optimized yet. Okay. Any doubts? Anything else? Guys, anything else? Okay. So how was the session today? Was it good? I need some feedback. Can I get some plus ones if the session was good? Can I get some plus ones if the session was good? I want some feedback on this session. Damn, I got a plus 99999. Nice, nice. Okay. Damn. Nice, nice. Quite interesting. Okay. Okay. If there is any doubts, you can ask, or else we can just end this meeting. So actually, I'm going to give you people an assignment. Okay. So I want you to build a website, a portfolio website. I think you all know what a portfolio is, right? A portfolio is a document, or it is a documentation that consists of your biography, meaning your name, your phone number, your email address, and your skills. Okay. What is your skills? Now you're learning HTML. So now you're learning web development. So in your HTML, I mean, in your portfolio, you're going to type saying that I'm a web developer enthusiast, because you're learning web development, right? So and people who are already an expertise in web development, you can just type and say that you are a web developer in your portfolio. So I want you people to develop a portfolio website and host it in the internet. And on Friday, that is the day after tomorrow, we'll be calling out a few people randomly and ask you to show your portfolio website. What do you say? We'll do that. Eh, do you think it's a good idea? Hmm? Guys, I need your opinion, because I don't want this to be like a school that gives you homework. I want your opinion. I want to know if you're capable of doing it. You've attended this session, you've attended this workshop for 5 days. We've only got 2 more days. I'm just giving you a small assignment, right? So you know what HTML is, you know what CSS is, and you know what JavaScript is, right? You know what JavaScript is. You have a small idea on all these three programming languages. So I want you to create a portfolio website with your photo, with your mobile number or whatever, that's up to you. I want you to create a portfolio website with your skills listed out, and I want you to host it in the internet. Okay. I want the GitHub repository of that. My voice is breaking. Now is it okay, Tarun? Yes. So I want you to build a portfolio website that consists of your skills, your education, whatever, and I want you to host it on the internet. And on Friday, we will be picking out random people and we'll ask you to showcase your website. Okay, good. That's a good idea, right? Are you people capable of doing it? Can I get some plus ones? Right. Okay. Okay. Okay then. Okay. Just remember this, on Friday we'll have to show me your websites, right? Okay, guys. So I hope the session went good. Okay. I hope no one has any other doubts regarding HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And you can also, there's no doubts regarding hosting and GitHub as well, right? Is there any doubts on GitHub, or is there any doubts on how to commit messages? Is there any doubts on how to commit changes in GitHub repositories? Is there any doubts regarding that? Feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Okay, there's no doubts, I assume. You can ask in chat if there's any doubts. Okay. Okay. Seems like everyone is good to go. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. So we can just end the meeting here. See you all tomorrow. Right. Okay, guys. Bye. Bye, everyone.